Hello and welcome back to the Nothing Files. This is Nick. Pleasure to see you again. I know it's been a while since we posted anything, but 2018, a new year, and we've spent a lot of time trying to come up with some new content ideas. So hopefully here in the new year, we can have a lot of fun together and really do some playful, cool new stuff. Now, obviously, with new content coming down the pipeline, I decided to start with the least interesting style of new content. Well, I wouldn't say least interesting, but at least least original, and that's an album review. Now, as we move forward doing album reviews, which I've done in the past, and I'd like to do a lot more of for this, I'm not only going to be focusing on contemporary or current release albums. I really want to go back down history highway with some albums that either really stood out to me because they were definitive of a band or a genre, or I just thought they were particularly cool and perhaps overlooked. And I'm also going to be talking about standouts that I've recently become aware of. That's your kind of new release stuff. And I do want to start this out with an album that came out in late 2017 that really impressed me. And that's the band Grendel with the album The Age of the Disposable Body. Now, Grendel's a band from Holland that originally formed in about 1997 but didn't release an EP as the band Grendel until the year 2000. That's around the time I would have become aware of them back in my radio DJ days. And I always enjoyed them as more sort of an aggressive EDM style band. But outside of a few singles here and there wasn't a whole lot that made them stand out from the masses, the other bands, in that genre to me personally. Now, fast forward, of course, to Age of the Disposable Body, and I have been really, really impressed with what they've done with this recording. I am going to be reviewing the deluxe edition of it, which I believe is digital only, and it's available here in the States through Metropolis Records. Basically, the main difference between that and the standard version is quite a few different remixes of songs from the album by different artists. So if remixes really aren't your thing, I understand wanting to save a couple dollars. However, if you're a radio DJ or an industrial goth night DJ at a club, something like that, I would invest a few extra dollars in the deluxe edition, as the remixes really are fantastic. Now, of course, if you're a DJ at one of those places that doesn't allow you to do MP3s or burn CDs, you're not going to have that opportunity, but still buy the album. This one's definitely worth it. Now, again, when I think of Grendel, I think is a bit more of a caustic, a little bit more abrasive, still dance floor filler, but more in that aggressive style. And I think they've evolved a lot, especially in their 20-year history with this album. Now, you do have tracks like Severed Native and Hexit that have your four-on-the-floor industrial-style beat, great use of samples, great use of synths. Severed Nations especially, easily to me, very, very similar to a Front 242 song. But you also have tracks like Scorn that are a lot more along the Assemblage 23 style of ballads. And of course, if you're a club DJ and you don't have Dead Inside in your rotation at this point, you're missing out. There are some real standout tracks that can really get people moving on this album. Another thing that I really like about this Grendel album is it's exceptionally high quality music with some very good lyrical content as well. I never really recall Grendel being an overly political band, but with two of my favorite tracks on the album, Hexit and Fall Like Rome, they do seem to be dabbling a bit, though not overtly, in sort of a political message. And I enjoy that, especially being here in America with our current political and social climate. They feel very in the now, very relevant to what we're going through. And I always like a little bit of politics in my music. Now, that's not to say, regardless of which side of the aisle you fall on, that it's going to alienate or bring you in. It's just nice to have a little more VNV Nation style grandiose, us as people, lyrical content versus just the this is an industrial song about a random war in the future. Again, love Funk or Vote, those can always be fun, but I like bands taking some chances. Now, in general, again, Grendel was a band that I might not have batted my eyelash at much before. I would never say I didn't enjoy them, but I would never say that they were one of my favorites. And they've really elevated themselves in my own personal belief system with this album, The Age of the Disposable Body. I would recommend a chance to check it out to any fan of the electro body music, industrial, dark wave, cold wave in general. I think it's great to dance to. I think there's some good lyrical content. And some really cool remixes, again, on the deluxe edition. Bands like the Levitico Technique, Assemblage 23, as well as many, many others that I would probably do just as bad at pronouncing. It's fun. It's engaging. You can have it on in the background to just kind of stomp through your day. Or you can also really sit with a nice pair of speakers or a good set of headphones and take in how sonically dynamic it is. They've done a great job of not just having one album of the same song 11 times in a row. They change time signatures, change sonic techniques, and even vocal styles, you know, from Severed Nation's more traditional, I guess now it's auto-tune. Back in the day we called it a vocoder. To even Far Away, which has featuring the Invalid on guest vocals, really almost Davey Havok style in the delivery, but not in a way that detracted it from me, and I'm in no way an AFI fan. So give a check out to Grendel, Age of the Disposable Body. I record this, it's number 3 on Metropolis's tracking right now. And I think it's really something fun you can add to your sort of dark wave dance mix, and even some of your old school rivet heads are going to appreciate it. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy the album as much as I did. It's going to be in my heavy rotation for a while now. I appreciate you tuning into this. If there's anything, again, you want to hear me talk about, feel free to leave a comment in the comments below. I'm more than willing to take recommendations on albums I should review. And I can't wait to look forward to more just where this is going to go in the coming years. I definitely know that there are some albums I'd really like to bring back from my past to introduce you to, whether you're familiar with them or not. And sort of to force me to step out of my comfort zone and say, okay, I'm reviewing albums again. Let's check out some new music. So let's have fun on this. I appreciate you tuning in. We're going to have more stuff soon. I hope you have a great 2018. And, Grendel is doing a very short tour in April and May. So if you're in Germany, I think you have 4 chances to see him. And then some real random throwing darts at the board chances here in America. So maybe I'll see you at one of them. I've heard they put on a good live show. I haven't seen them before that I recall, but I'm hoping to catch them this time. So 2018 looks to be a really great year for those of us that like more industrial music. Covenant's hitting the road again. I know V&V's working on a new album, and they're about to do another tour supporting that. So hopefully we can all get together, we can do some dancing, we can dress super cool for one another, and have a lot of fun. Thanks for tuning in. I hope to see you soon.